I don't hear.
Melissa, I do check the discussion boards in Canvas. I'm talking about the discussion boards in Zoom right now. It's too hard to communicate at the same time and be looking over the side and try and answer questions. If you do have a question, you'll notice under the reaction buttons at the bottom, there's a hand. If you put the hand up, like it's on my screen right now, I can see that. And so we can get you in a queue later on as we go. And if all of a sudden, as I'm still talking, if I answer your question, you just can click on it again and it'll go away, hopefully. Or it says raise hand. I got two hands. Look at that. Great. Okay, lower hand.
You did the clapping instead of the raising hand.
Yeah, I know. I teach technology. We'll do the smiley face just for fun. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to start sharing my screens. We are recording, which is good. And what I will do is I've already mailed out last semester's recording that some people got ahead and watched it. It's going to be very similar. I haven't changed the textbook or any of the software. So hopefully some of you guys got ahead. If not, what I'm going to cover here is the same thing. And I will actually probably tonight send that out on the Remind, and we'll talk about that so everybody can get it. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. I'm going to do this one. Share. All right. What you all should be seeing here is my screen from my class. Let me ask you something. When I changed to my Outlook email, did my Outlook change for you? Somebody tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Good. So that way I'm not going to be teaching off in the middle of nowhere and not realizing that things changed and you guys are all laughing at me. All right, here's my class. These little messages at the top, sometimes they're from me, sometimes there's stuff that I found on the internet. We don't have questions on those, but it's nice to know your teacher's really out there researching it. As you scroll down, here's some basics about Canvas. Got to tell you, if you're a Mac user, I'm not picking on you, but Microsoft Access is not made for the Mac. Doesn't mean you have to drop the class though. We'll talk about how you can, during that period, you can check out a laptop from the library. You may go into the Clovis Community College and use their computers. You may use your aunts, your uncles, your friends, your boyfriends, your mom and dad's computer just for the access part. But there is no possible way to put an Access database system on a Mac. Okay, so that's the only unit. You don't have to drop, you have to have a plan. That's all you have to have. Here's some information about me. There's my cell phone. What I really want you to use is this, this Remind app. Okay. If you click on it, it brings up all the information you need to know. If you see there, if you have not registered, if you've already registered, just start singing a song in your head. If you haven't, just remember into the two message in the two box in your text, just go 81010 and then at IS15 online, send it and you're good to go. Do you have to download the app? No, you will get messages from me in text and that's really all that you need. If you need to get a hold of me, you can reply to one of those texts that I sent out on the Remind app, and that Remind app will go just to me only. A lot of people worry, something's biting me, just a second. Okay. Some people worry that if they reply to one of my messages, it's going to reply to everybody and their text messages. That is not the case. So I do like this Remind message, and I'll show you why in a little bit. There's me. Usually my office is in room 109. Since all my classes are online, I'm just doing online office hours at 2:30, and we'll talk about how to take advantage of that. So I'm going to scroll up. Let's look at this menu here on the side, like all classes. I have a little extra icons that you won't see because I'm the commander of this spaceship and I get to see everything. You only get to see a little bit. But you will see that I have connect buttons and SimNet buttons, which we will cover just a little bit later. Don't understand. Oh, that's hidden. Okay. Live help, Zoom, the whole deal. I would probably start with either syllabus or modules, but like all classes, all my information is found in modules. I'm going to move my screen over here so I don't feel like I'm always looking over all these other places. So let's start with syllabus first. Okay, first off, I have the Remind instructions here again that you can look at. Okay, you just got to enter that number and away you go. If you've already done it, you are the best. I have my syllabus and I have a timeline. If we look at my syllabus, it talks about what classes, some learning objectives, some course objectives, and you're going to probably have to be familiar with some of these for the syllabus exam. It talks about why I use the Remind app, how to get a hold of it. If you decide to do my cell phone, just my regular cell phone, not the Remind app, or if you reply to one of my messages on the Remind, you don't have to worry about this. But if you decide just to text me directly on this phone number right here, please put your name and the class you're in, because I've got lots of students and I only teach online. So if you say, hey, I'm one of your online students, I'm like, okay, what class? Usually available 10 to 2. If I don't get back to you right away, or if you call on it, it usually means I'm with another student or in a meeting. They make me still do tons of meetings. Cell phone, if you need to get a hold of me, you may email me at my district email. One big problem. Everybody and their mother emails me there. Everything from spam to Fleming's coupons to my bosses to my president. They're all there. You run a big risk of getting caught in all those email messages. What I would do, let me move this down a little bit. What I would do, I would use this right here, this inbox. It has 9 messages still I have to check, and email me there. It's real easy. Just click on it. You come in here, you make your message, you select your course, you put a subject, and it's totally good. This space is for my students only. I guess it's so perfect because I fight at the college. I don't want them to do spams in this email system because it's good. It's pure. You don't have to worry about extra stuff. So first thing I always do is I check this email. Okay. And then I'll check my district email. But again, you could be lost in my mounds and mounds and mounds of emails they sent out. Now this is not correct. This Mondays at this time, my office hours, you'll see here, it's a little bit different. Textbook, just buy it at the bookstore. Do not buy it anywhere else. You're going to be in a big mess. And you're going to thank me later. I've been negotiated a deal. It's $100. You're out the door. It's 2 pieces of software. A lot of people think, oh, I can figure out myself. It ends up costing them $400. Well, actually $350. And they're upset about me. They're like, hey, why'd you do that? I'm like, it's $100 in the bookstore. Real easy. And you know what they do? It's a digital version. So when you buy it, they send you an email, and in the email, it has the serial numbers. So you usually can get it pretty darn quick. More about the bookstore. Do not purchase it online. Do not wait. I've already had 4 emails. They said, hey, I'm not going to be back in this area for another 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Do I need the textbook now? Yeah, you do. Or I can't afford it right now. If you wait 3 weeks, I don't allow makeups. You're going to end up failing this class. Totally get it. I know it's time. I know it's tough. I know there's money all over the place. There's nothing I can do. I will be teaching a short-term 9-week class. So if you miss this one in October, there'll be another one of my classes starting up, and you can take it, and everybody's going to be totally happy that way. So there you go. Do not wait to purchase this. It's a big deal. Remind, ways to get a hold of me. Remind, emails, cell phone. Office hours. Here's the stuff. There's tons of way to get a hold of me. Okay. But we want to talk about it here first. Hold on. Let me find the procedure. Here's the procedure. Usually at 2:30 to 3:45, I'm waiting by a phone or a computer. 9 times out of 10, the students are going to call me and they're going to go, hey, where do I find the book? Hey, can I turn this in late? Hey, little questions that I could have handled by text. So in the remind.com, what I'd like you to do, start the process out and say, let's start with an interactive message. Send me a message. Hey, neighbors, I got a little problem. Then we go from there. And all of a sudden, you can also use the email and Canvas. And then we go like this. We're like, you know what? We're getting a little farther. I think you need a little more help. Then we go into Zoom. I don't want to force you into Zoom unless you have to be. I don't want to have to have you answer questions that I can do in 2 seconds. Okay. So I do not, I am available to you between 2:30 and 3:45 and 3:20 on certain days. You got to look at here. No office hours on Wednesdays. You just have to figure out how to narrow your questions down so we can find it out and see if we really need to be on Zoom or not. I'm pretty available. A lot of you guys have already seen that. You guys have been texting me and reminding apps, and some of you are just replying to some of my messages. I get back pretty quick. Now, when the semester starts, especially on my test days, I usually do at 11:59 at night. And you've got about a week and a half to do this stuff, and I'll show you where that's at. A lot of students will start texting me at 10:30 at night, the night that it's due. Usually I send you a message that says, I'm going nighty night. Do not text me. Laughingly, I'm not being a jerk, but I'm just saying, usually if you waited that long, you know, you're stressed out about something, and hopefully we don't put off the test. I would always take the test a day early. That way, if you mess up, you can do it again. Usually my application tests, you can do over 7 times, not my lecture test, but my application, which is Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. So we'll get there. Email system, my office hours. You can look on Rate Your Profession, you look everywhere. They're going to tell you that I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. I don't disappear, no face-to-face. I don't have any, but if we have to, I'm not unwilling to do it. Attendance online, you just got to do your work. You disappear on me, I'll chase you down for a while, but after that, I figure you didn't want to be there. Academic accommodations, if you have accommodations, you need to notify me. It's your responsibility. I've had one student notify me, and that's all this semester. The required software is free. It's Microsoft Office, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. You log into your email system. It's the district email. And you see these little 6 buttons up here, little dots. You click on them. And you go here where it says Office 365. Click again. It will load. And once it loads, you will see this little button up here that says Install Office. You need to click on it again, and you need to go to Other Options. And it will load again, especially if you're a Mac user. You go to View Apps and Devices right here. And it gives you a choice. And usually this is perfect. You notice it says Access. See that A? That's for Access. If you just did the 365, it would not include Access. And you hit Install. Free. They don't charge you a dime. All right. I'm always getting messages. I got to turn that off. That is also available under the first week, the video. It shows you how to do it under the modules, and I'll cover that in just a second, but hopefully that helped you. You got to go start here, go into the little dots, click on it, brings up this type of stuff, go to install, go to the I'll install others in your account, boom, hit this thing and it installs. Some people don't know if they have the newest version or not. Just install it. It's free. How many times do you get free stuff at school? Again, a warning about access. Okay. Again, the library will allow you to check out a book. Let's see if we can get it. Clovis College Library. Let's go in here first. As it loads, hopefully it's loading on your screen. It'll say right down here, it'll say technology checkout. You click here, you fill this out. If you need a laptop or whatever you need, that's your user agreement, away you go. If you need a hotspot, sometimes they're doing hotspot. Get it early, do not get it later. And they're fairly decent computers, and I think you would like it. Let me close this window. Scroll down some more. Here's the biggie. If you have a problem with your computer, you need to troubleshoot right now. Not that a problem, but if it occurs. So you're working and it's 2-3 days before the test, because I never wait to the last minute because you're all good students, and your computer dies. It happens. What's your backup? Well, you got a whole bunch of them. You can use your aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, boyfriends, girlfriends. You can go to the college and do it there. All you need is those apps, which you can download anywhere. And it's a web interface is the software and you're set. Okay. Next thing is, I get this all the time. Mr. Neighbors, I was getting ready to take the test and my network stopped. What do I do? I had no internet. I had no internet yesterday too. I understand. I've been there, done that. But there's a lot of places that give you internet. Take your laptop, pick it up, go to Starbucks. Okay. Go to McDonald's, get yourself a cheeseburger and use their Wi-Fi for free. Go to the Walmart market, put your laptop on the cart, walk around, and they have a free Wi-Fi there for you as well. There's a lot of places that give you free Wi-Fi. Have a plan. Go to your aunts, uncles, girlfriends, boyfriends. Always have a plan. Okay. Don't go, oh, I couldn't do it. And Mr. Neighbors is going to call you on it. I don't give makeups. I give you enough notifications that I don't give makeup. Once the test passes, I allow you to redo a lot of the stuff during that testing window. But if you miss the testing window, I don't allow you makeup because I do not think it's fair to the other students. Okay. So we scroll down. Here's all your assignments and the points if you want to go over it. This is your, what I call the application, which is Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint, what we're covering. It says 5 times here, but I'm such a nice guy, I gave you 7. Okay. I was feeling lucky this year, so I said, I'll give them 7. However, if you miss that date that it's due, you don't get to go. It's over. So let's say I give you a 2-week period and you're supposed to be working on the PowerPoint one. You have 7 times during that 2 weeks to make it up. It doesn't mean after the due date, you can keep making it up. Okay. We will have lecture exams that will take place in SimNet. Okay. These are not, you are not able to make these up. You have a midterm and a final, you get 1 shot. Okay. And it says there that midterm is 100 points. It's 200 points. No, you're right. 100 and 100 were set. You'll have some, I believe it's only 3 discussion boards this semester and they're worth 25 points. You have to answer the question and you got to respond to 2 other people. So it's 25 points. And if you don't respond to somebody, your points are going to get lowered. I'm pretty easy on, as long as you're in the ballpark of answering the questions, I'm okay. But people lose their points because they don't respond to other people. And remember, I see what you respond to other people. If you copy and paste it twice, same thing, I won't give you any points because I can see all that stuff. The next really good thing here is all your points and your grading scale. My grading scale for an A goes to an 89. My grading scale for a B goes to 79. For a C goes to 69. And a D goes to 50, 59, 58 or 59. And anything below a 58 is an F. So I've given every area an extra point. So at the end of the semester, don't come to me and go, oh, Mr. Neighbors, I'm 1 point away, because I'll say, you're 2 points away. I already gave you 1. So I'm covering all the bases. And that is my syllabus. Right below it is my timeline. There's really 2 great places to see this. This column tells you kind of what to do. This kind of tells you what you should be working on. And these are the topics that we're doing. Okay. I'm like, due this week, we have a remind quiz that should be sent out. How do I get the password, Mr. Neighbors? It comes to the remind. If you're not in remind, you're not going to get it. That's why that's how I kind of herd you into getting the remind so that you sign up for it. Due this week by Wednesday, the 18th. I go Wednesday to Wednesday. So today is really my first day of class. So Wednesday, today to next Wednesday. That's my class. Why do I do that? Because I don't like due dates on Sunday nights, because I'm not going to answer your questions on a weekend. I've been teaching online for about 20 years. My wife finally said, hey, if you're going to work the weekends, you need to take 2 days off during the week. My boss didn't like that. So what I did is I'm always available, usually on Monday and Tuesday of the week, and Wednesdays until a certain time. That way, if you need to get a hold of me, I'm available to you and I'm not disappeared or gone on vacation. So this kind of tells you the whole semester. Week 4, the due date, the timeline between them, that's the work area, what we're doing. I got it all covered. It's there. But if you don't want to do that, I'm diverting people now to see this calendar right here. It says calendar. Click on it. I'm going to turn off some other dates because I have other classes in here. Let me see, who should I turn off? I'm gonna turn this thing off. Okay. This tells you everything. You notice everything's due on Wednesdays. This tells you everything that's due. So you have two really good sources to figure out what to do. The one thing I don't want students to leave here going, I don't know what to do today. He never told me. Well, it's all over the place. Let's go back into the course. So syllabus is where you find my timeline, your remind, how to do remind, and my syllabus information. Modules is where everything's at. Okay. Now, you only get to see the first 2 weeks right now. I have everything planned out. It's already done. I'm going to shut these windows so you don't have to see everything. So week 1, it tells you everything that you need to do. Talks about syllabus and timeline. It talks about everything. As you go down there, look at there's class lectures and videos. We click on it. There's a lecture, but let's look at chapter 2. I'm going to click on it and it's going to load. And there's going to be a little spinny thing. If that never comes up, you just hit F5 on your computer and it will load. That means there's an internet is too slow. Bummer. I'm going to turn the sound off so you don't have to hear everything. Okay, next. You get to lecture my whole lecture. Next. I got everything ready to go. If you don't believe me, it's right there. Keep going, keep going. Get a video. Oh, I got a question in here. These are not the tests. These are kind of to see how much knowledge you have gained. So you go through here. I'm not even reading the question. You answer it. Hey, I got it right. I should go to Chachansey after this. I got it right and first should pick something. If you didn't get it right, it goes like this. I got it right. Sorry. It'll tell you you didn't get it right. Try again. Are these graded? Absolutely not. Can I have as many chances I want to? Absolutely. So you submit it and you keep going. And we keep going. Oh, there's another one. And you keep going. There's, all my lectures are in here. Sometimes I have students that call me and they go, Mr. Neighbors, it's after the first test. And they're totally serious and they're really upset. And they go, Mr. Neighbors, I don't know how I'm not doing well in this class. I'm reading all the book. And I go, well, how are you doing with the lecture videos that I have for you all? They're all done. Oh, I'm doing really, really good in those. Okay. And I stopped and I said, how are you doing with the questions I put inside those lectures so that will help guide you through this chapter? It gets quiet. They go, I go, you know what? You need to watch the videos, because if you watch the videos, you're going to know that there's questions in there. And I guarantee if you go through these questions, you're going to know what's going to be coming on the quiz. These are not the exact same questions, but they're close to what I really think is important in this chapter. Okay. So I'm going to go back, see if I can. Everything is done here for you. You know, I even after first 2 weeks, I'll let you work ahead because I get a lot of people that go, Mr. Neighbors, I'm in the military. I got it totally fine. I just don't let you work after the fact. So if I go back to modules, I want to show you what else I have. All the way down. Let's go to week 2 and look at week 2. I have notes for every chapter. This is chapter 2. And as it comes up, it's a PDF. I would print them out. Look at this goes with my lecture that I do. It has the video and the questions in it. And all I ask you to do is this is exactly, you'll hear me and I'll say, the internet is a World Wide Web collection of, and you just fill in that word. I started doing notes for, especially the DSP&S students. All my notes are here, but I used to just have you take notes off my lecture videos. And I speak so fast that it is impossible for you to keep up taking notes. I get it. Just doesn't happen. So then I just started handing out my notes and nobody paid attention to me because the notes were all there. They're like, who cares what that old man says? So now I do, like, I learned this from a friend of mine. I leave blanks. So all of a sudden, live or regular, I see their heads go like this. They dip down, they write the word. I keep your focus. Okay. All these are done already for you. Okay. So if you're if you are a regular traditional student and don't need notes for you, that's fine. If you're DSP&S student and need notes, it's already done for you. My lecture videos are done for you. You can watch it slow as you want or as fast as you want. I also, when we get into our application, which is in another class, is in all the lecture stuff is in Connect. The application stuff is in SimNet. Okay. So everything is loaded here. However, when you get ready to take a test for the lecture, you go into Connect. And there's a video on the website shows you how to register. If you're not, I'll send one out, another one to your message so you can see it. I'm going to go in. Now you're seeing this as a teacher right now. I'm going to make you see it as a student. Here it comes. Chapter 2. I can open it up. There is a smart book. And then there's a quiz. Do the smart book first after you watch my lectures and fill out your notes. So then you come in here and you begin. And it asks you a series of questions. You may start reading or start doing your questions. And I got to tell you, my wife and I, believe it or not, are totally different people. And I never knew that. We learn differently. It's amazing. When I have to put some toys together for my kids when they were young, I would rip the box open and just start putting the stuff together, and it would drive her nuts. On the other hand, when she would put something together, she has to read the whole entire instructions, lay all the parts out, put it together. You still may read everything. Or you can go, you know what, I'm pretty familiar. I'm going to start with questions first. I got it. Okay. The blank, the World Wide Web, I'm going to say the internet. Okay. How assured am I of that? I'm going to say medium. If I'm not sure, I got it correct up here. You saw, I can read from the book. So if you would have started reading from the book, you could read the whole thing and then go take your quiz watches to the questions, to reading, to the questions. Let's see the next one that I have. So we have here, I got it correct. Next, I will move on. Read about the next concept, about the concept. Oh, next question. Here we go, sad, my bad. I answered the question again. I'm going to say 3.0 just to mess with people. Probably a 2. Medium, I got it wrong. I can go back and take this again if I want to. If not, I can go right in here and go, I'm going to read about it. Look at here. There's 3.0, but Facebook is not the 3.0 version. Okay, I'm working at my aunt's house. I decided I'm going to stop for the day. Fine. You're going to exit. Yes, I'm going to exit. I can go back into it anytime by coming right here, begin in the attempts. You notice when we come in, it's going to tell me, I'm going to continue doing the reading. It'll tell me what I missed and what I still have to do. Now it says 90 questions. The only reason it didn't give me credit for the ones I answered is because this is a simulation of a student. But yes, 90 questions. If you do the 90 questions, I guarantee you're going to be familiar with the quiz. If you watch the videos, you're going to be familiar with the quiz and take notes. There should be no reason you didn't do good. So that's the lecture side. And we go all the way through. If you open them up, you see they're all the way through. Our midterms in here and our finals in here. So I'm going to exit, return back to the instructor, and I'm going to go back into Canvas. SimNet is for our PowerPoint, for our applications, which I'm going to have another Zoom meeting. We're not going to do that for right away, but I'm going to have some more time when we start doing projects. Right now, where you could be working on the windows, it's bringing in as a student. So I have all the windows open. So I'm going to go to Windows. I'm going to click right here, not in this box. There it goes. You want to do the training before you do the test. I guess I have to rename this because it starts with an A, but a lot of people click on it because it's first. Don't do that. Come in here and I want to go in here and try some of these. So do the lesson. There's show me, guide me, and let me try. The show me, which drives me nuts. My wife loves it. It's just a video showing you what you're going to do. The guide me actually interacts with you a little bit more. It said, click the folder. Yay. And walks you through everything. The let me try in the Windows It'll tell you which of the following start menu, da, 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 da. And you can pick 3. Okay, you can pick 2. Start menu, you got A is the only one doing it right now. This is not the start menu. That's the desktop. So I say done. Hey, I got it correct. Guess what? You can pick more than one. This is the one that everybody calls me on and says, Mr. Neighbors, it won't let me go past this question. Because usually I pick one. I just saved your bacon right there. Okay. So when I go back, you'll see here, I don't want that one. No, I don't look that one. If you can see, it gives you check marks on which ones you've completed. Now, once we're done with Word, let me exit out of here. Yes, once we are done with the Windows, we'll go into Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. And I have all step-by-step videos that I'll send out, but we will meet before the Word 2019 is due, because I want to show you that is different. That's live in the application. The Windows is just a simulation because that's what it is. Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint, you actually create something and upload it. And I will come back and we will have a meeting on it. If you watched, I can send it out early if some people want to jump on that early, but I don't think they're available yet. So there we are there. So now guess what? For $100, you're getting both those pieces of software from our library. That is a great, great deal. I will send out announcements usually every week. Let's see if I have anything posted ready to go yet. No, not really. Okay, I just have technology information. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I want to ask questions from you. Here we go. All right, folks, somebody put a hand up. Let me know who you are. If you have a question, that'd be great. I'm not that good, am I? My wife says I'm horrible. I'm getting to become an old man. Right, Douglas, unmute yourself and let's see what we can do. I'll unmute you, Doug. Let me see.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
So I'm trying to get the camera to work on this thing. I don't know how.
I don't know. The cameras tend to drive me nuts too.
Yeah.
So what can I do for you?
Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to see if you could help me get this camera working. Tell you the truth.
What I would do is is it a USB camera?
No, it's built into the laptop, I assume. I got a loaner from the school over there. I've had one of these before and it's worked.
I would call the school. They have a tech guy. Probably the name's Tang or David, and they'll help you right. Or Nico, they'll help you right away.
Cool.
They lock that thing down, so I can't do anything on it.
Cool. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you can see me and know I was here, so I get credit for everything. And I don't know how that works exactly, but
I don't give credit because a lot of people can't make it. I'm just a really nice guy and here to help you and see what if you need help.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Okay. Anybody else need anything? Come on. You guys got to write letters to my wife and say, I'm a really nice person because she doesn't believe me and I can actually teach everything and I'm so organized that nobody has a problem. Because she doesn't think
I have a quick question. This
okay,
is
McKenna.
So I'm out of town because my brother's getting married this weekend, but I ordered the book online yesterday. I said I was going to be here within like 4 to 7 business days. I was just wondering if there's anything that I might miss because I don't have the book yet.
There's a problem here. Did you buy it from the Clovis Community College?
Yeah, I went to the link that was on
Okay,
Canvas.
they should have sent it by email and the codes are right there.
Okay, I'll check my email.
In the email, I know this because I have 5 kids and I've got 3 of them through college and my 4th one is at the Clovis Community right now. And I had the same problem with one of his history classes. When I purchased it, it said, thank you. And I said, well, where's the code? And when the receipt came in the email at the bottom where it listed it, there was a number.
Okay, thank you.
Check and see, McKenna.
Oh.
Nothing is due yet, so you should be fine. Enjoy
Okay.
your brother's wedding.
Thank you.
Anybody else out there?
Melissa. I actually had to call them and then they had to send me the link. So then I had to like authorize because they wanted me to come and pick it up. And so then I had to authorize them to email it to me, and then they told me it was not refundable after it was emailed to me. So they
Yes, that's
scratched the
true.
little numbers off and then sent me pictures of it.
That's so true. That is 100% true. So you either have to go in or ask them to send it to you, and it's okay if they scratch the numbers off.
Yeah, so, and then you were showing us your view, and I'm just wondering if my view is different than yours, for the Canvas. Once I go to your page, like that list of all the quizzes, all the different things, like where the blue button is, I don't have that.
Does it look like this?
Yeah,
Okay, that's a student. That's what the student view looks like. I was in
okay,
the
so that was
admin
your
view.
view.
I was in the emperor
Okay,
mode.
okay.
Meredith,
I
you
was
have a
making sure I wasn't
question?
missing something.
Meredith, what's up?
Hi, I heard you say that you're going to do another meeting on a Wednesday
Yes, And
before
it will be
the.
recorded.
It'll be okay because there, I have conflicts. Okay, all right.
This is not a synchronous class. So if I have a video or I'm doing something, I'm going to send it back out if you can't make it.
Okay, great.
I
Thank you.
noticed that through my son, I noticed that everybody has their non-required lecture on a Wednesday, all about the same time. And I've just figured that out, that I need to either go to a Tuesday or Thursday next semester. Other questions? If your hand's up, please take it down so I don't get all wigged out. Douglas, you can't see that. Anybody else? Anybody else? I can sing a song and keep you here till 3:30. Blanca. Question. You're muted. So
Yes, hello. Sorry,
Hello,
I was
how are
figuring
you?
out. Hello. Pretty good, thank you. So I was wondering if you would recommend working strictly on the laptop, or can I use my tablet as well? I have
What
an
type of
Android
do
tablet,
You have I don't think it'll work on that.
a
Because a lot
Tab
of this-
S6. So
lot of
it's
the-
not really.
unless it's a full operating system of a Windows system, it's probably not going to work.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else know one of my 5 kids? Got to tell me which one, because they're not all the same. Okay.
Logan has his hand up.
Where's Logan? Oh, Logan. I know. Okay, Logan, go ahead.
Oh, I had a question about submitting work. So we'll be submitting work through Canvas, SimNet, and then the Computing Essentials website.
You will do everything through McGraw-Hill Connect and McGraw-Hill SimNet. And there'll be a few on your discussion boards will be on Canvas. And also you'll have like your syllabus quiz that has to be done this by next Wednesday, what is next Wednesday? Let me look here. Next Wednesday, the 18th. That is your discussion board and your syllabus quiz are how I know that you attended this first class and you're not a no-show student. The syllabus quiz is a real nice little cool thing. You can take as many times as you want till you get the grade you want. I will be sending next week out a remind quiz. It's a 1-question quiz. It usually says, Mr. Neighbors is 9 feet tall, true or false? And you can say false, something like that. And you get credit for actually having remind on. It's the only extra credit I give. I do give one at the end to make sure you kept it on there. I used to not make it mandatory, but I did an experiment 2 semesters in a row where I had everybody put it on. And I send out reminders about tests because sometimes you got a lot of stuff going on, you forget. My grades went up huge because I figured you guys don't check email. I looked at my son logged in on Monday and he must have had 9 million email messages from his teacher in his Canvas box. And I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'm overwhelmed just by looking at that. So I tried to fill up your text box instead. Okay. And I promise it's usually not a ton. It's just a once a day reminder, unless I'm at home and I've had too much coffee and I send you out 3 or 4. Okay. Other things, I think you guys are running out of energy here. Go ahead, Shane. Is that you? Yeah, Shane, go ahead.
I wanted to confirm again. So Melissa, she called into she did purchase it online, the what was it? The bundle for 100, but
Yeah.
she called in to get the code. That is okay to purchase it online from the bookstore of CCC.
Yeah, they'll do it, but they'll tell you that once you do it and they scratch and they send it to you, if you go pick it up, it's refundable. Once you scratch the codes regardless, you don't
Okay.
get your money back.
Got you. Okay, I just want to confirm.
If somebody wants to buy it online for $300, just tell me in advance. I'll go buy it at the bookstore for 100 and I'll charge you 300. It'll be my side hustle.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I think we've got this. All right, folks, it's kind of nice to see some of your faces. Put that Remind app on. I am here for you. And the funny thing is, some of you are going to say, especially when you get into Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, some of you guys know a lot of stuff. I have a digital background in more of the web technology, and I know all this, a lot of other stuff too. Some of you guys know more. You might be in some industries, and sometimes I get this challenge. They say, hey, I did the Word project and it graded me wrong. I'll say, okay, here's the deal. You got 7 attempts. Do you want to try to do it 7 more times? Or are you so sure that it's right that you want me to go check it? And if I find you made a mistake, you get a 0. And they go, whoa. Yeah. I have never, ever, 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 when a student says, I'm doing this right, been able to prove that they were doing it right. They weren't. Usually what happens is if it kept making a stupid mistake, sometimes it's your computer, sometimes it's, especially in Word, you don't have it in the others. Word puts some really weird code behind that you can't see. What I will tell you to do is download a fresh version of that document that you download through SimNet and try it from the beginning. Everybody rolls their eyes like, oh, I got to do it from the beginning. It won't take long. And after that, they text me, they go, it worked, neighbors. So when we get to the projects, I will have a quick meeting. We'll talk about how to do projects. I also, for every assignment in your applications, I have videos showing you step-by-step plus written directions. Don't freak out. I don't want people to say it's so hard I couldn't do it. I give you 7 stinking times. I'm like, you know, when I go get my car worked on, that's my philosophy. If I go get my car worked on and I drive away from the shop and it still makes the same noise, I'm going back to the mechanic and say, fix it. That's what I'm doing to you guys. If you're doing an application and you don't do it wrong, I'm going to say, go back and do it again for 7 times. Now, at the end of the semester, you start, you know, well, Mr. Neighbors, I just need this to get the B because I'm going into med school. Okay, let's look. And I go back and I look at all your projects and you got a 70 and a 60 and a 40, but you never used all the attempts. I'm going to go, why didn't you use the rest of the attempts? And you're sitting here begging me at the end. Well, don't kid yourself, folks. I love college students. I really do. I've got 4 of them and 1 soon to be in my house. So I know all the tricks because I hear it at my house when all their friends come over. I had a daughter one time, she said, oh, I always come late to my class because my teacher doesn't know that I'm coming late. This is when we were face to face. And I said, you're such a liar because you don't think they know, but I knew every day when a student came in late. It's not that I'm going to say anything, but you're like, okay, you're kind of you're offending me a little bit. So always remember when we go back face to face, try to show up on time or don't be late 10, 20 minutes every day because that teacher's going to know who you are. And you might not think they do, but they do. So I had a little discussion with my daughter about the etiquette of college. So in this class, make the due dates, do the attempts. If you do the work, and I would love this because I always check, rate your teacher, rateyourprofessor.com. I always check about my other professors because we always have a lunch meeting on Wednesdays and we all laugh about each other's comments they have. Well, mine always says, if you do the work, you'll get the grade. And I'm like, that's so true. There tends to be a little more work, but you're going to get the grade if you put the time in. And that goes for anything in life. You know, you might fail once, but you keep coming back at it. You know, failure is just the nails to success. All right. I've stretched as far as I can go. Nobody else has any more questions and I don't feel like singing. So I'm going to let you go. If you want to stick around and ask me questions so you're not on video, in fact, I'm going to stop recording right now. Yes.